Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the compact impact wrench from Kobalt. So this tool here was actually purchased probably about 1.5 to 2 years ago. I kept the box around, but the tool, as you'll see here in a moment, is certainly been one for the beating when I've used it over the last 1.5 give or take, since I bought it. So a couple items in the spec before we talk a little more about the tools. The box itself says that the tool is rated for up to 200 foot-pounds. That's probably the only number here on the back of the box that actually really matters that anybody cares about. But what's important about that is chances are the lug nuts on your tires are less than 200 foot-pounds. So looking at the tool, what do we get? Well, it's basically just the version 1, Gen 1 Kobalt impact driver fitted with a 1/2-inch anvil. Even when you look at the speed control here at the bottom of the tool, this part here is exactly the same as the regular impact driver. And so it's got 3 speeds, 1, 2, 3. That's not a push button here. It is a manual analog switch, which is great because you can set it and not have to worry about having to reset it the next time you turn on the tool. Otherwise, you've got forward and reverse. It's right here above the trigger. It works and feels just like any other Kobalt tool. It's got the 5-year warranty, and you can see I've dinged it up, dropped it, scraped it along quite a few bit of places here. And so what I've mainly used this for has been 2 purposes. Number 1, changing lawnmower blades, or taking the blades on and off my lawnmower for sharpening. And I've also used it a couple times for doing some roadside repair, and I've had someone call me up and say, hey, I got a flat tire, my tire is low, I need you to look at something. I'll throw this in the back of my car and go. To go help out a buddy if there's a problem. It's a really nice compact size, and because it only goes up to 200 pounds, I can zip a set of lug nuts back on here with this tool, and I'm about 99% confident I'm not going to over torque it and I'm not going to under torque it. That'll be right in that Goldilocks zone, and so for that, I think this tool is just right. Obviously, you'll have to have some sense of feel and playing around a little bit with it, with the torque wrench to figure out how much each torque setting feels. So now side by side with the big daddy of the Kobalt impact wrenches, the 24 volt XTR, which is also a great tool, but not the subject of today's video, that this tool here is about half the size and probably about half the weight of this tool. This is really easy to fit in the back of a car for a road trip, that if you're worried about having to change a flat tire on the side of the road and you don't want to use the manual clunky wrenches that are included in most tire changing kits, pick this up. This is a great addition. It's very small, very compact, and just a 2 amp hour battery is more than enough to be able to change all 4 wheels on your vehicle if necessary. So really simple tool. Also works really great for getting lawnmower blades off, that you just don't need to fire up your compressor and get out a big impact wrench or carry a big 1/2-inch full-size impact wrench for everything that you do. I know bigger tools, bigger power, but sometimes that extra weight just isn't really worth the trade-off. And so when it comes to sharpening mower blades, removing your blades with something like this makes it far easier than trying to use a manual socket, because then you can just zip the blades off and you can do it sideways without having to use a 2x4 to be able to hold the blades in place while you're trying to unlock them from the spindle. So I've got some mower blades to change here. We'll put a socket on here to change the blades. Get a chance to see how that works. So now I've got my Toro Time Master flipped upside down. I've got a 5/8" black impact socket here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to go ahead and set that right on one of the sockets there. Use a brass hammer to tap the socket on. Then we'll take our 1/2-inch compact Kobalt impact gun, attach this right into the socket, and then go. And there we go. Just that simple to remove lawnmower blades with the impact socket. Lather, rinse, and repeat on the top. Now that my blades have been sharpened, have a nice shiny new edge on it, time to reinstall the blades. Back in service now, and we're good to go. For one more quick test, I've got a Volvo XC90 2013 here with lug nuts torqued to 105 foot-pounds. And now I'm going to take a 19 millimeter lug nut socket, pop it right onto the hog ring of the anvil here. Make sure it's set in reverse. There we go. There we go, no problem. Obviously took an extra second or so, but that's okay. This has the torque to get the job done. And then now I'm going to go ahead and set this over here to power mode 1 at the bottom here. And that was, to be fair, that was even on power mode 1. I'll put it on that for resetting this in after I set this in by hand. Switch to my torque wrench, set to 105 foot-pounds. So I easily could have upped the torque on the tool, but it definitely was enough to be able to drive it in, secure it, finish it with the torque wrench, and be good. And I could have hammered on it a little bit longer with the impact without over-torquing the lug nuts, and I would have been perfectly fine. All right, so now that you've seen this in action a couple different ways, you can see it's perfect for changing blades on a lawnmower, replacing lug nuts on most SUVs and down. I'm not sure how well it would do on an 18-wheeler. The only real issue I have with this tool here is the fact that on the belt clip here, if you were to put on a 4 amp hour or the 8 amp hour XTR batteries with the 21700 cells, it does not work with the belt clip that came with this. It only works with the regular battery. But honestly, for a tool like this, you know, with the compact size, go with the compact battery, you're fine. And so this is a very, very capable tool, and it even stands up. You can see it's been scratched and dinged and dropped and thrown in the back of a friend's pickup truck whenever we went to a junkyard and got some parts, and it does the trick. As much as you may want to reach for the biggest gun that Kobalt makes, you don't always need it. Sometimes this is just the right size to get the job done. It's easy to throw in the back of your car for a road trip. Of course, obviously make sure you've got the right socket size for your vehicle on that road trip. And it's a great, handy, compact tool. There is a sister version of this that comes with a 3/8 inch anvil that you may want to pick up as a sibling tool to have with it. Otherwise, you can pick up a 1/2 inch to 3/8 reducer if you need to use a 3/8 occasionally. For me, the 1/2 inch is good enough. Maybe I'll add the 3/8 inch one day. But I've been very happy with this tool. It's held up. I mean, yeah, it clearly shows that it's been beat up and used, and I'm not babying the tool at all, and it's been great. So this might be a great addition for your tool collection. And these usually come in about $99, give or take. Throw in some of the gimmicky sales, and you may get a couple batteries, maybe not. Just watch your deals, and this is a great tool to have if you don't already have it. So if you've got any other questions or comments about this tool, go ahead and put it down in the comments below. If you like great content like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day. Bye.